Will it power Mark IIIs? Yes. T20 is getting a little love here. All right, what are we looking at? Questyle. What the hell is a Questyle, Zeos? I don't know what a Questyle was. This is one of very many things that are going to start appearing on this show that are a little bit out of budget for most, but you should all be striving towards them. You see, Can Jam was a wonderful place, and I laughed at a lot of things because holy shit. But then occasionally you find a place that's like, okay, what is this? All right, it's a DAC with a built-in headphone amplifier, all balanced, Class A, DSD, 384. It's insane. And enough people asked, hey, can I get it with the Alexa on top? That Questyle said, yes. So now I don't know if it comes with the metal when you get the plastic, but you could have it so it looks like this. That is brilliant. So it's a DAC headphone amp. It's in the same vein as sort of like the Oppo HA1, where it's very finite and the red LEDs are actually doing something to control the signal. They're like bleed valves. It's super cool. Tordial transformer, your row of very nice 2200 HF caps. Little heat sinks here. You get a little remote control, which none of this works except for volume and mute. You can't even turn it off because this is for their higher end one that has multiple inputs and you could switch. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to look at the front or the back. Should I shut it off? Wait there, Tom Odell. This is worth unplugging and spinning around. Oh. Gee, I wonder why Zeos requested to review one of these. Oh, it just sounds leaking air. To get your power, you get your choice of 110 or 220. You get your outputs, either XLR or RCA. You got an input that's analog, which is nice. You also get to choose SPDIF or fiber optic in, and you have to choose with a switch. And it'll also output SPDIF, and I'm not sure if that's fully from the DAC, from the USB also output SPDIF, or if it just passes through the SPDIF, or if it can make opposite. I don't know, because I don't have much to test with that. And here's your USB in. I'm sure this is all available to know in the manual, because you're not gonna buy one yet. We've got to wait till the end of the review. So yeah, this is a gorgeous piece, and it's messed up that it's $1,300. Right, we're back to that same high end. This is the end result of all the work and all the effort, and you want to be just done buying headphone amps. And you'd think that this is it, $1,300. But if you go to Questyle's website, and here it is. Can I read you some numbers first before I move on? Single-ended, and it's got two single-endeds here. Volume knob with a very poor indicator. There's a little, holy crap, small notch cut out there. It almost looks like a manufacturing defect. That indicates your volume level. And this is auto rotate with the remote, just like the HA1. Here's your balance. You get to choose internal DAC or the external RCAs. You get two single-ended quarter-inch outputs. They're the same. It's just A and B. There's no like impedance difference like there is on the Arist. That's it. You get to choose your input, whether you want it to be USB or digital. Power switches here, on, off, and it also kills the DAC when you shut it off. And then it shows here the indicators are PCM, DSD, the USB or digital, and that's it. Here's your little remote control demo. And this one says demo because it's obviously a demo unit. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So you go to this site and you look at it. It's like, wow, that looks fucking amazing. That's great. Then you look at the which one was it? Was it this one? That's the 800. That's the one that this remote is designed for, where you could actually switch fully. Did I have a picture of it here? I don't know if they're gonna have a picture of it here. Basically, when I was at Can Jam, oh, that's close. you never just saw one of these running on a desk. You saw two of these stacked on top of each other with another unit on top of that. And then we're using this mono and another one on it mono, and then a controller to control all of it, the whole stack. And that was like, started doing this. I'm like, well, will just one of them work? And they're like, yeah, okay, that's less insane. I'm okay with less insane. All right, this is when you go to places like that, like Can Jam, and there's just people just with so much money that they can't walk without it falling out of their pockets, and then you could have stacks of things like this. But for us mortals, this is a good goal, because of all the stuff there, this probably sounds better. It's Class A, so we're competing with, I mean, it's a $250 own, which is balanced. I love it. And then you got this, which is balanced. It does everything very well. And if I could trade the Arist for this in a heartbeat, I'd do it. Even though that's still far more powerful. You get 950 milliwatts out of the single-ended per channel, and 1.9 watts per channel out of the balanced, which it's come now to like the part of my life where I have to decide if balance is actually improving anything, or if I'm just imagining things, or if it's more distortion that's making me like it more. I don't know. We'll get to that at some point. Let me look at this again before I hook it back up. This is just the metal, the machining, and this is metal and the knob. Oh, okay. Plug it back in. Can I do this without looking? Come on. Be the best. It feels like I should be able to do this. There you go. One. Scratch the back of it up. Stabbing with a USB. Click. Lights. Ready to rock and roll. Turn your volume down. I know it's an expensive unit, but I would still insist you get a magic marker. That was weird. Or something, and just mark where the volume is, because that is so not happening. Now, of course, once you see a remote, you have to automatically assume this isn't just for use in a desk. If you got a living room, a beautiful living room, has to be beautiful. Don't put it in a shit living room. A beautiful living room, you've got a power amp, like a phase linear up there. You want to output from this to a nice power amp, and you got some speakers, or you've got really good studio monitors out there, like Yamaha HS8s, something like that. And you're sitting, and you got remote control, and here's control. You get your fiber optic input, so you could output legitimately from your television into this. Use your television as an HDMI switch / like PCM encoder, and then just and then music comes on. You get the analog input, which you'd have to step up and switch to analog input, but you could put a turntable on it. We're here to talk about it as a headphone amp. Preamp it is very good as. We're here to talk about it for headphones. Now, it's very distracting in there. Let me just cover that. I just can't pay attention. I just tried the T20s. They work. They work at half volume. I'll tell you that much. So half volume nets you working T20s. They're better. Let's try something a little bit more ready to rock and roll. Basement jacks. Andrew Lloyd Webber. Get some fancy stuff. Night owls. Lower it, swap it. Yeah, no difference between these two. It's just, you have two. Congratulations. Who is singing this? It's Avita. It's gotta be someone I know. All right. So clean. Let's move on to balanced. Monolith 1060s. Through my adapter, through cables that I built. Volume's all the way down. I should have got a post-it note, because you can't see it spinning, because there's no texture at all. You could just tell that this is a like, oh, high quality, not that other stuff that claims high quality. Oh, I'm gonna use this to review these headphones in about 20 minutes when I'm done with this review, because oh, Mac Quails, people are just people from the Mr. Robot soundtrack came on, and it's just that low end. Wow, I'm glad that happened on, like, just now. Interesting. Mono price. Well, that'll be a little tidbit to add to the review. Okay. Where are my purple cables? I love when I get everything set up and I'm like, oh. First thing I'm going to do after this review ends is I'm going to post a picture of that little failure that just happened on camera on my Telegram. Link in the description if you would like to join my public Z Reviews Telegram. Telegram is a chat program that I keep my fans on. I have about 300 of them in there. And they're all... It's cancer in there a lot of the time. But if you can get past that, I think you'll enjoy your stay. I don't believe that. What was that snap feeling on the top of my head? Oh, it was just my headphones breaking. My brand new headphones breaking. They should have sent me a good pair. They're not going to like that. Oh. This thing claims current mode amplification, which is their own patented thingy-ma-thing with things. By the way, I'm glad to see it on Amazon. No reviews. I may have to review this, even though I won't say that I bought it. Let's get back out of this. Back to the 600. There you go. By the way, backspace. Best key ever to put on your thing. Yeah, distortion, all the numbers for distortion have 3 zeros after the decimal place. All of them. Independent preamp. I mean, I could go over all this. If you're going to spend this sort of money on this, you had better be doing research into it beyond this review. So you're going to get to read all these bullet points, and it's just going to make your nipples hard. Assuming you have nipples. You could be one of those people who doesn't. Pure Class A, and I can smell it. I don't think I want to review any more headphone amps that don't have just pure Class A going on. What did I... Is it worth twice as much as a Jotunheim? Yes. I'm just going to say yes on that. It's actually more than twice as much. But price, no object, I want this. Is it worth more than a HA1? I mean, the app was cool. It just didn't... There's no high or low gain. But then it's still remote, and it has the outputs and inputs. There's no Bluetooth, but who cares, honestly? When you're at this level, and you're looking at $1,300... If you're Bluetooth signaling to this, why? You're allowed to not give a crap about convenience at this level of headphone amp DAC-ness. I don't recommend running everything at the same time, by the way. Unplug if you're going to. Oh, I got one more thing to test with this before I wrap it up. I'm sitting here going, God, it sounds good. Get those review too. Now that everything else is fucking broken. All right, unplug, 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 unplug. All this stuff is nonsense. You're all nonsense. Because here I have some RCAs. And I'll lower this. I shouldn't have to unplug anything. Whether these are the Amazon Basic. Gorgeous. Gorgeous RCAs. So now, nothing up front. And now we're feeding stacks. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to half. Actually a little bit past half because I've done this before. Both are plugged in. And now I'm preamping my stacks with this. And we get the volume to like... like I said, if you're gonna test a DAC, stacks. Because now we're not dealing with all that Class A. This is just pure signal. Stacks are dumb. And this DAC, if you're looking for a great DAC, it just happens to have headphone amps attached to it. This is the one. I don't think you could order the Lexan Top through Amazon. You may have to contact them directly. And I don't know if it has to come with all these labels on it. Maybe it doesn't. But it doesn't matter. This is going to sit very high. I'm going to have to make a separate list of just $1,000 plus items that are goals in life. The Wah-20, the Wah-8 tube amp. This, just, I'm going to have to get some cheap headphones to review soon because I'm getting lost in just the spectacularness of all this stuff. Moving on.